Welcome, everyone. We're going to start off with a prayer. So Elder Anita is going to start off.
Thank you. Welcome, all my precious relations. I invite you to listen with the softest part of your ears and expanding heart. As you lower and close your eyes, aware of your breathing, aware of the ancestors, past, present, and future, who are here with us. I give thanks for being the guests, for although it looks like each of these people are on these little squares, it is not that. All our ancestors are here with us. And I give you thanks and gratitude for allowing me to be a guest here. I'm talking to you in this prayer from Colorado, the land of the Arapaho, the Ute, and the Cheyenne. My people are Nawa, and every day I give thanks to my people from Mexico, who are also known as Aztec, but for also being here as the eagle and the condor as we connect with each other. Great Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for the gathering of all our hearts. And we ask during this time that the ancestors guide us in this circle. Guide us in recognizing that our hearts are one. That we listen to your voices and to Mother Earth. That we might, at this threshold of change, be part of the renewal. Thank you for all you give to us, for the breath we breathe, for the fire in our bodies that gives us energy and movement, for the waters that wash over our minds and bring the dreams at night and in day. You, Mother Earth, we move about, your face imbued with all the power, the peace of the bones of our ancestors, the sacred wind that is purifying and carrying the voices we need to hear. Let our voices during this time together, and let those other voices come through, your voice for life. Love is the ultimate gift. It is who we are in this one hoop of life. In gratitude to you, all of the elders who are here and all who have come to listen. In beauty we walk, in beauty we walk, in beauty we walk, in beauty we walk. Aho.
Aho, Kahalako. And we have Elder Ia, who will also say a prayer.
Good afternoon from the waters of the Atlantic Ocean, St. Croix Virgin Islands, land of the Taíno people. And I am the descendant of the dark peoples of the clan, the race of peoples called Africa. I, the mother who holds primordial light, primordial energy, the beginning of all times and no time, set in these waters to bring us into a full circle, acknowledging our sacred lineages that we have encased in these different rays of color that we call race. Today we call for this whole light energy and recognize that we are one light, one people, one energy, one heartbeat. And in this invocation, in this period, in this time now, we call upon those ancient voices. Oh yes, those timekeepers, wisdom keepers, ones who help us to remember our way back to this sacred hoop. And that in this time that we're in, let us envision that we sat in this hoop together, and that we are being guided in this time. In this now time, we are being guided to find our way back into this wholeness of the sacred breath. I am. I am. I am my breath. I can be nothing other than I am my breath. I am light. I am. I am. And if you join me, just join me in this sacred moment and put your hands right to your heart and feel that I am my breath. I am my breath. I am my breath. I am my breath. And so it is. And so it be. Ashe. Aho. Amen.
Kagalako Angunisia. And next we're going to have Kelly Kelsey, who is the co-founder with for the Wisdom Weavers.
Aloha, everybody. I'm speaking to you from my birthlands of Texas in this moment, the place of many tribes that have crossed through these lands. And it feels good. As we were saying earlier, the day tastes good. There's a cool wind. And so I'm so grateful, Elder Ia, for bringing us back to the breath. And I would love to share that it is such an honor to be here in this call with everybody today. It's such an honor to be an integral part of Wisdom Weavers, and having been co-birthing this vision and this dream with Kuyuk Alarion Merculia, who's my mentor and dear friend. So I'm very grateful to see these seeds of the whispers of the ancestors that came through me and came through him. And here we are 4 years later, actually 5 years from when the visions and the dreams came. And so I really honor this process that has helped me to learn to listen deeper into my heart. And I always asked, why am I a part of this? Why me? I'm a young woman of very mixed heritage from Texas. How did I get involved in Wisdom Weavers? And I realized I'm the bridge. I'm the modern bridge I'm a global mutt. And all my ancestors are helping me listen even deeper, because I don't have culture right around me that has fed me. I grew up in a city. And so I really want to honor everybody's unique journey, that all the whispers of our ancestors and our true knowing is in our hearts. And that's what's guided the birth of Wisdom Weavers and guided my life and guided me to connect, to be here today. So I'm so grateful for my ancestors and all the whispers in the winds, and just excited for this continued blossoming and weaving of all that wants to be shared, that there is this safe place for wisdom and love and beauty and the intimate whispers of essence to be expressed. And so that is one of our core intentions for Wisdom Weavers, to continue to cultivate these sacred, safe beautiful spaces for the elders' wisdoms to be shared, and for the hidden knowledge that has been kept safe for this time to have a place to come forward and be woven again from each of our hearts. So thank you for joining us today. And I'd love to pass it back to you, Kuyuk. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Angwan, Kalamechamna, Kalam Kasuda, Ting Unanganway, Unanganakta Kuyach, Amakancha Sakta, and Larry and Merkuliev. I said Angwan, hello, my other self, which is the way our people, the Unangan people of the Bering Sea, greet each other each and every day. And I said the morning tastes good, which is another way we greet each other. And I said that I am Unangan, which in Western they call us Aleut, but we don't use that that is the name given to us by our former oppressors. And I said my traditional name is Kuyach, which means like an arm extending out from the body, a carrier of ancient knowledge into modern times, a messenger. So I would like to welcome the revered elders and everyone here. I should explain this hat that I'm wearing was given to me on behalf of the elders when we gathered in Kauai in 2017. It's to remind me that what I do and what I say and what I am represents the council, the elders that were gathered there in Kauai. And Kauai is known as the birthplace of the souls. It's a portal through which all human beings on earth come through that portal. And we celebrated and conducted ceremonies we gathered to answer two questions. What is the state of the world as we see it now, and what must we be doing now? And as a result, we got the core team for the Wisdom Weavers to take the messages of the elders to the world. We are now going to our, fourth year now in the Wisdom Weavers, and the message that they have, you're going to hear some of it today, and it's, they say that we must go to the heart. Before, traditionally, the heart used to tell the mind what to do, and the mind's job is to implement that which your heart is telling you. Now, we are in the consciousness of the mind, telling the heart what to do. And as a result, we have all the world's ills today. And even Einstein said you can't solve the problem by the same consciousness that created the problem in the first place. And so this is all about going to the heart. It's a very serious thing. Mother Earth has survived for billions of years. She's going to survive for billions more. It's a question about whether or not we, human beings, are going to survive. And whether or not we do depends on how well we go to the heart. And we're going to do ceremony first. The ceremonies are really the foundation for everything else that is done. And we've got our distinguished elder, Ed, and he will explain the reasons for ceremonies. But before that, I guess I would turn over to Marie.
Morning and one, everyone. My name is Maria Walker, and I'm the Executive Director of Wisdom Weavers of the World. And as Alarian was saying, in 2017, Indigenous elders came together to create this unified message of bringing humankind back into the heart. And so now in 2020, our intention is to bring humankind into the heart by sharing wisdom of our elders. And so that's our mission today at Wisdom Weavers. And from there, we have created a project that is guiding our way forward and giving wings to this message, to our mission. And it's called Into the Heart, Indigenous Pathways to Love. And that's what brings us all here today. We had so hoped to gather in person, but of course the pandemic prevented that. But instead what we are doing is that we are going to be hosting these webinars next year. Well, it's webinars and ceremonies all leading up to an in-person gathering in Kauai again in 2022. But for today, I want to show you just a quick overview of the flow of events for today, which you can find on our website. So again, if you go to wisdomweavers.world, you will find this under events. And so here is our schedule. So here we are at the welcome and opening ceremony. And so we hope to see many of you later today. If you scroll down to our, down on the same page, you'll see this flyer here that lists the elders that are participating in the gathering over the next 4 days. And one other thing, another little housekeeping thing, I'd like to invite everyone to please post any questions that you may have in the chat box. They will really help inform and guide this gathering, and as well as help us guide and inform our gathering next year. So please don't hesitate to leave those questions in the chat box. And then last but not least, speaking of this event that we've got next year leads me to the act of reciprocity. Putting this together, putting these gatherings together is about giving love to our community. And it also takes it takes money to make all of this happen. And so we invite you to consider returning the love to us through a donation, which we will put our donation page in the chat box. And just so you know that your donation will go to support this Into the Heart, Indigenous Pathways to Love. This is what allows us to give honorariums to our elders, have this technology, and again, leading us all up to our in-person gathering. So if you would consider giving back some love to us, again, we want to continue giving love to all of you. And so with that, I think that's it. And I'd like to now turn it over to Ed to tell us about why ceremony. After Ed, we'd like to, after Ed, we'll give it to Anita. And then after Anita will be Ia, and then Marie. And then we'll take it from there. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, and Maria, I noticed that Sabre is on also, so he should be there. And so we have Ed Holy Pipe Chanupa Sparks, and go for it, Ed.
Good morning, everyone. Traditionally speaking, we say, what about ceremony? So we're talking about that. And one of the first things, people call it ceremony. And really ceremony may not be the proper description rather than just tradition, what we do in a consistent way. And so in the ways that I was taught, the first thing that you would do in any ceremony or an event like this, and that would be for me to turn to my brother who is in charge of this and leading it and request permission from him to speak, because I am a guest in this land of Alaska. I'm a guest in all of your homes. And so out of traditional manners, it's always appropriate to request permission to speak. So I asked my brother for permission to speak. Okay, and then as we begin talking about ceremony, I think the thing to do is do some. So I don't know, see anything here. I'm kind of getting ready for Bill over here, but first thing that I'm going to do here is cleanse myself off. So we can begin our ceremony to put things away that are impeding me from being able to do and say and live the way that Wakantanka, Pankashla has intended us to live. And so all of the things that are out there in this world tend to plug us up and stop us from doing that, which is one of the key reasons we need to continue to do what we're calling these days as ceremony. There's lots of reasons for it. The first, as we just spoke about, was cleansing. The second is focus, to bring us into a point where we can clean out. Now let's focus on the task at hand. So we need to be grounded to do that. Each of us is born with a natural power. All of you out there have gifts, every one of you that I see there that I can't see. I know there's a lot of you I can't see. But that natural power, in order for it to work properly, needs to be augmented with spiritual power. And to do that, we perform certain behaviors that have been shown to us through the unseen world by our ancestors and sometimes directly to ourselves. And so we need to be able to get into that position. And so that's part of why we do the steps that we do, that other people refer to, as ceremony. So in keeping with traditions, I think the first thing that we do, and everyone needs to do in ceremony, is to pray, which you've done here. And as we pray, we also need to ask for that spiritual help. So I'm going to sing a little song here. If who's ever doing the check, if it gets too loud on this big drum, I've been using this drum here for a long time. But I used to use it a lot, as you can see. And this drum tells the story really of my life. And so I'm going to sing on here to get it started. Taka ne ta cha to ka he ya che wa ke lo So as we sing the song in that ceremony, it's very important to sing. I know that all of us, peoples around the world, sing, and it's a way of elevating our energy and sharing with the spirit world how we're feeling. And so, in our way, in the ceremony, we'll sing the song usually 4 times, and it starts to build up. If you notice, it starts to build up, and then the third one is usually the loudest, strongest, or fastest. And in the ceremony, in most ceremonies and gatherings, things build momentum, as we come together. So we start off and things are a little bit shaky, and we're, kind of just feeling each other out. What are we doing here? And then as our vibrations start to come together, as the song is coming together, it unites us. And so it brings in a whole new vibration that, we need to be able to get into in order to commune with the spirits. And so that spiritual power that we're talking about can then come into you. So the importance of that is that by doing that, we now can listen to those who may be coming, like the people that are here and needing help or trying to leave from confusion and get into a more solid space. And so the ceremony is important in doing that. And there are various, as I said, behaviors that are done during any ceremony. And these are mine, and that doesn't mean that, yours need to be the same. These are principles that all of us can apply. And that is, first of all, getting rid of the negative energy and getting empty that out, get it out and throw it away. Then the spirits can then come into you to help you in your life's walk. And for us elders here during this morning session, that's for us to gather strength. So I think it's always important, when each of us is at this point in our lives is a worker. We go out and we share these things. And so it's important for us elders to get together and do ceremony amongst ourselves together so that we can become refreshed. We can refill the tank, as they say, and then once again go back out into all of the trenches, if you want to call them that, to be able to assist people and to listen to them. And as so many of you have said, to love them so that they can become human beings. And so sometimes we need to help them, first of all, find their own natural power. And it can be draining. And so this is another reason for doing the ceremony, is to gather strength for yourself. Once we've done those, then we can use our ceremony or our traditional ways of doing things and spirit calling to help other people, which is really the purpose for our existence, as elders or leaders amongst the people. The world that we live in today, in relationship to a lot of Native perspectives and a lot of people that are not Native, but a perspective of how to become leaders. What are our leaders? Our leaders need to be ones that are giving away. In the world that we see out there today, it's the exact opposite. It's about how much we can collect. How much, can I take on? How many positions can I hold? How can I, grab all of these things out here in the world? And if in a traditional society, those people would actually be the people who were being shunned, where, as we say in the Lakota, where the shoulders come together of the circles, the men. If someone is behaving in a manner that's inappropriate, there's no real scolding, serious punishments, but it's a closing of the shoulders when someone walks up to the circle, and then they get the message, right? That that's not appropriate behavior. Yet in the world that we live in, these are the very people that are holding the highest offices in the world. And so when we see that, those of us who gather in this type of forum or who go out and to work with people, we need to remember that we need to give it away. And so this is part of my life journey. My life dance is giving away. So I need to give away all my stuff. I need to give away these things that you see here that were given to me. I need to give those away. And it's the same with our spiritual teachings, our spiritual lessons that we've learned, our life dance as we gather it, that we need to do ceremony with other people and give it away to them so that they can then have those things to walk forward. I can't take them with me anywhere. I need to leave everything, this drum, my pipe, and give all of those things away. And in the traditional way, those were the ways that people became the leaders. They didn't go out here and say, I'm going to do this. I want to do this for everybody. Usually they're the quiet ones over there, just doing the things. Bring grandma wood, hunt, give food to widows, give food to little children, maybe even taking people that lost their husband, taking care of them. No one telling you to do these things, just doing them. And then all of a sudden one day, here comes grandma knocking on your shoulder. Hey, you, come here. We want you to do this. Who, me? Because this is humility that the people were more familiar with and had. So ceremony can take us back to a point of humility as well. Once the spirits come and we realize that we are so small, how small are we in comparison to that comes and fills us when we get empty? And so, like anything, we need to practice it. So doing a ceremony every day will help you, will help others, and will help the world. So in the olden times, people wake up every day sleeping outside and be giving thanks for the sun. So as soon as you wake up, you're starting in ceremony again, giving thanks to the Creator. So that first song that I sang there was just, it says, first, I pray to Wakantanka, Kankashila. So we first pray in everything we do to the Creator. And I do these things so that my people and my relatives can live. And so this is a common phrase in the songs of the Lakota, that the things that we do in our spiritual way of life are so that our relatives can live. And that someday we can go and to live with them on the other side. So ceremony, whether it's the ones that I've been taught and the ones that have been given to me through the spirit world, or the ones that you have, everywhere, just like on this here drum, you can see this thing a little explaining there, back a little. There's, you see the colors around the edge, and then there's a reflection of the opposite on each side. the color patterns that you see utilized amongst different tribes, they're different. Even amongst our own tribe, they're a little bit different. You know, some of the great prophets and holy people, you know, even within the Lakota, use different ones. The point being is that here, as you see from down here, is yellow, but it's reflected back up here on the point of the black and white. So everything that comes and crosses back through here, these two pipes. These two pipes, this pipe here is actually an image of the pipe that was prepared for me when I became Lakota. And that's a whole nother story that we might get into when Bill comes. How did a mixed blood, you know, Navajo, Apache breed become Lakota? And I'll tell that story one day if the time's right. This other pipe you see here was given to me by the Alaska Native people after I had been here for some years and dancing. And by doing these ceremonies and doing things in a ritual way, you know, the people of Alaska had observed these things, because when we first came, lower 48ers here, and started wanting to join the gatherings, this was not something that was easily accepted. And so we had to struggle. So ceremony helps us to meet those challenges of the various struggles that we have, whatever they are in life. And in that particular situation was, oh, that's a strange way. That's not the way we do things. We don't do those. Enough, you know, so some of the children would come up when we first were invited to the gatherings. Some of the kids that were probably, you know, wearing their hats sideways or backwards and saying, whatever. They started to hear the big drum, and some of them came to the big drum, and it caused kind of a controversy. Oh, that's not our way. Until finally you see right here, well, yeah, this part here, that's not. Oh, but right here, yeah, that's the same. And then, oh yeah, no, that's not. So in the center, so when we cross, whether it's all of your ways, the Hawaiian way, the African way, the Amazonian way, the Aboriginal way, the Yupik, Luchik, there's all things where we cross over. And now ceremony becomes more important for us as a group to share your ceremonies, not, you know, with me, so that I can then see, okay, here's where we cross over. And it's never surprising to me that where we always cross over is in the center with Tankashila and Wakantanka, and the love that I hear all of you be talking about. So ceremony then graduates from us once we've renewed ourselves and take it out to the people to do doctrine ceremonies, purification ceremonies. Some do Yuwipi ceremonies. These are all those ceremonies are to help people, to doctor them, to find answers and medicines for them. So those ceremonies are also very important. These ceremonies are held amongst all peoples around the world. Tankashila has given beautiful ways, and it shouldn't be shocking or strange to all peoples around the world, including those who think that they're lost, like our brother Bill, who feels that his traditions have been lost. And so he's coming to us and he's asking for help. What should I do? What should I do? And so when someone comes to you like that, you need to be ready to do it. And so, and how can you do that? So a little bit at a time, and you pick up what we call, again today, ceremonial way of life, is setting aside other things. when I picked up this first pipe, I got my first pipe when I was just a kid. And this happened when I became Lakota. My Likshi, William Horncloud, made it for me. And he gave it to me. And I used that pipe always. And then I got this ivory pipe. This is made of ivory. And the stem is diamond willow. And I held that pipe for many years and I gave it away just recently to my brother, Galen Huntsman. He's Nukyak, an Eskimo. And he was helping me many times. I went lower 48 and I gave him that pipe to take with him so that, because he became really like half of me. And so he took it down there to do ceremonies for him and his family, and maybe to show people down there a little bit about the way up here. So all of those things help to build what we're after here, which is a more pure heart. You know, we can think with our minds. On this one here, let me grab this other one here to bring. It's kind of difficult to see here, but maybe you can see it. One of our great prophets talks about the blue or black road, which crosses right over here. And it goes from the west, which universally almost all tribes align it with the west. And so out of there comes ignorance. And over here on this side is the east, where comes knowledge. And so this road here, if you're stuck on this road, which is where we are now, the people of the world, we're stuck on this road. This is the red road, the Chankuluta, the sacred red path, and it runs from north to south. And then the south is the place of rebirth. So wherever you are on this circle, and you start looking, you say, Uncle, help me. Okay. So you got to start walking. Here's going around. Oh, I gotta go Hawaii. I gotta talk to Auntie and see what she tell me to do. Oh, now I gotta go over here in Ecuador, see what they do down there. I talk to Pacha over there in Colombia. Oh, now I come over here. Well, what am I gonna do? Sooner or later, you gotta pick a road. Start walking this way to the center. And when you get to the red road, you gotta take a turn. Okay, because here we come out of ignorance, and over here is where we turn and destroy the natural order of things with our knowledge. So knowledge, while it's powerful and a good gift, it, like anything, can be abused and cause problems. So we're living in a world of knowledge, and that's not the sacred red road. The sacred red road is that from the south of humility, when we're born through the portal that my brother's talking about here. When we come here through that portal and we walk, if we're walking in a sacred manner, we're seeking out by utilizing these gifts, ceremonial gifts that were given to all the peoples around the world to find that sacred red road. How do I get back to that portal? So if I come through there, I got to go back. And this is what we talk about is in the south, down this way, with humility. So as our dance of life is really about that, trying to find how can I be a humble human being, to find my way back home. And in the process, showing others how to do that, as opposed to coming out of ignorance and going into the world of knowledge, but yet never turning to the sacred path. So as we can see the evidence of this in what's happening in our world today. that we have upset the natural order of life. And that is with all of the construction, all of the oil taken from Mother Earth. We've destroyed really the foods from the areas which they were naturally given. Just like the ceremonies were placed in the world in places that were pleasing to Wakantanka according to the needs of the people there. Well, so is the food, so is the trees. When you go out into your forest, when Bill goes to his, you have everything that you need there. This is the breast of your mother who feeds you. And we've decided, oh, we just cut that off. And so we've seen all of those things happening. So by doing the old things, trying to find the old things, and even if you don't know the old things, you can see some of them that are still in existence and shared by other people with you that can help you then to find your path back to the portal. And once you start walking on that road, you need to continue to do your ceremonies to find the strength, because there's always going to be something trying to distract you, trying to knock you off your path. So this is one of the forms of ceremony that I wanted to talk about today, and that is just really for us as elders and for individuals, your individual path of how can I, find my heart, and so thinking of how that can come across in today's world. Well, they've seen old Chinumpa Wakan over here singing that song or dancing. Nobody's here. Look at that crazy old man. Look at him. He's lost his mind. Yeah, I lost my mind, but I found my heart. Okay, so that's what we have to do in these times, is find our heart again and put aside those things. Now that doesn't mean that we can return. That doesn't mean, like my sister Marie up there, she can return back to the old traditional way of life, because the balance of order is gone. The traditional foods are not as readily available. Our ocean is poisoned. Our air is poisoned. The forest, as Bill was saying, is cut down. We need to also do ceremony for them. The trees, the mammals, the food sources. This is how we become one. Mitaku Yeoyasa. This is how we become interrelated with all things, is by becoming those things. And I know my sister, seen her artwork, Susan, and I know that she understands becoming. And a lot of Native Americans understand becoming. If they didn't, they wouldn't be artists. You have to become what you're painting in order for it to show up. So we have to become, the tree, to become the bear, to become the wolf. And so as these ceremonies help us to do those things, not by our natural power, but by their spiritual power. And so as we move on now, we need to call on the spirits. We need to call on them to help us, to guide us, so that what we are giving out to people, to the youth, is not of ourselves, but of Wakantanka, Tankashi, that they can then receive what is intended for them, and we only become a vessel, a straw, a tube for those things to pass through a portal. I want to sing this song for us to be ready for the next 3 more days from today. Yahoo, hello. That's a spirit calling song. It says the spirits will come and dancing. Look at them. They'll come dancing. And so that's a few of the things I wanted to share just about ceremony and why we need to do those things to get us focused, to unite us with the spiritual power that we can become beneficial and useful to Tankashta and to Vigoyati, to the people. Aho, Ohechi, Salama Yako.
Thank you, Holy Pipe Chanupa Wakan, for sharing. You know, even the elders would say that we cannot change anything unless we are what we say we are, as you said. That it's not about being doing love, making love or anything like that, acting out love. It's about becoming love. And you must be love if you want to see that in the world today. That nothing is created outside until it's created inside first. And so, thank you very much. With that, maybe Kumu Sabra, if you want to say a prayer or sing a song or whatever that you want to do. And Kumu Sabra is from Hawaii.
Aloha mai kako. Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you.
Aloha. Greetings to everyone here today. I'm speaking to you from Lihui, Kauai. Kauai was the island that Ilarian and the team chose to meet here. My goodness, Ilarian, it's already been 4 years. Can you believe it's been that long, all of you? How wonderful, because I remember it as if it were yesterday. It is just so, so beautiful and so inspiring. And to see all the beautiful work, that has come about as a result of this. So I thank you so much. I've just got a few minutes to be here this morning before I move on to other duties, other projects. And I would be doing this chant outdoors if I could, but I'm here in a building with my lei po'o and my lei ai, which I would be giving to you, each one of you, if you were here today. So I give it to you spiritually. This chant speaks of the rising sun. Thank you, Ed, for speaking so eloquently about so many things in culture, your culture, and things that we share. Aloha. So as I was driving here today, the sun was rising, and how beautiful it was. How beautiful it is. And as it warms up, warms our earth, helps our food to grow, I give thanks. Ea e kalama kahikina, kahiki mai aloha kupuna e, ku kahali ai kali awai kini, waiale hale molale e. Eia e nā puale mo ki hana, kamawai lualani ua vehi e, e vehi ke ia aloha e, aloha ku one hana ue, aloha no, aloha e, mano kalani po, aloha e. Aloha no, aloha ye, mano kalani po, aloha ye. Mano Kalani Po was a great chief of this island, and during the time that he reigned, this island was at peace, not just for his lifetime, but for generations to come. One of the reasons why there was peace here at that time was because everyone had enough food, had enough work, had enough health, life was good. So I asked my students at the beginning of every class, are there any birthdays today? Do we have a birthday in this group today? Huh? No one? Well, I also asked them, what is the moon? You know the moon. The moon tonight is Mahialani, the full moon, Hoku, and Kulu, those moons. And during this time, our moon tells us is excellent fishing. So we know that all the fishermen are going out there today, tonight. We also know that on the full moon is good planting. The root crops, all the plants, you plant them today, they will flourish, they will grow. And so before we had the written calendar, before we had the written word, we followed all these signs of the heavens. And Kuyuks, you couldn't have chosen a better day to begin this wonderful series because of the significance of that moon to all of us and to life here on earth. So I thank you very much, all of you. It's so good to see you. I look forward to seeing you again in person. I aloha each and every one of you from here on Kauai to all the way around the world, wherever you are. Much aloha to each and every one of you. Aloha.
Aloha. Kumasebra, thank you very much. Then we have Pacha. Can you hear us? From Colombia? Pacha, are you there? He must not be yet. So,
I see his picture, but
yeah. Okay, then we have Ia. Oh, wait a minute. Here's Pacha. Give me 7 minutes. Okay. Okay, Pacha, we'll give you 7 minutes. Ia.
Good mornings again, afternoon in my land. I'm just going to give us a brief blessing from the mother. I am the initiative daughter of Yemaya, who represents the ocean waters and the food and substance for earth, where everything flows back and outward. So I'm just going to give us a brief song from Yemaya, the ocean mother. Yemaya, 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 Alado, 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 Yemaya. I say so, I say so, I say so, Yemaya. Yemaya, 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 oh, Yemaya. Alado, 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 Yemaya. Yemaya, 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 oh, Alado. I say so, I say so, Yemaya. Yemaya, 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 oh, I say so. I say so, Yemaya. Blessings to Yemaya. For all the blessings to all your children, to all your earth children. You bless us with food, Yemaya. We are so, so grateful. You bless us with good life, Yemaya. We are so, so grateful for the continuous flow of water in and out, this umbilical fluid, reminding us of the umbilical water from which we all emerge. I say su, Yemaya. Much gratitude, appreciation. I share.
Kagalako Anganisia. Then I guess, Pacha, are you on yet? Nope. So Deanna. She must not be here. Marie Mead. There you are.
Sally's here too. Sal's on. Sally. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Jamai, Haka, Oyanakfa, Ilagaw Tla Unom, Bihungallo, Pijagaloi Ankayagamkun Samyo Agayun Chatamalkuita Nunam Kaingani Bilaksti Takuyanakva Akanakpakwadn Kuyukchungaluta Unno Ankanakputuna Ankanakput Koyat Klukut Ankani Mirkut Dakanakput Unatimput Sali Koyanakva Samyo Aulukafkut Dimliu Maluta Umiyoput Umiyoktsuk Maluta Ichjakum Nunsu Ayakayuk Maluta Damakinka Atokunkuk Ichjakuput Dimput Damalkon Koyanakva Agayum Cotton beef Kakaluta. So just a short prayer of gratitude for our breath, Anchanak, that we all can breathe and be here at this moment as family and in our heart, Umiyaput, our mind, that we can easily reach our heart. And it's so, it can be simple. It's so close. And just expressing gratitude and joy and happiness for this time that we have together. I am speaking from the land of the Dena'ina here in South Central Alaska, and I am from the southwest, the Bering Sea side, and I am Yupik, and Yupik, just the root of the word Yupik is just yuk, and yuk just means human or person. So I am just a yuk, just like you, all of you, no matter who you are, where you come from, what land, what country, what tribe. We're all humans. We are all one, with one breath, one body, one spirit. So I want to also sing a blessing song. And so this is a purification song. It talks about using Labrador tea smoke to cleanse, to purify this body, the space, or the time. And I want to sing this song to appease the spirits and the ancestors that are with us now, that are guiding us in this moment, and to thank our ancestors. The song is called Dagavakanawamkan. Dagavakanawamkan ayah yoha hai Dagavakanawamkan Aya Yoga Khai Shuha Nawankan Bigani Raniach Dudanya Iya Una Ya You ya amma bahwa nawa angka aku luangka adum bahwa dain ka kami rakuniyak daya iya na ya yuwi ya amma bahwa kenapa angka gingukat ka akut dai ka Sahlut ka makihakuniak daya iya na ya dawa nawakan ayah yuwa Suga nawakan bigani raniach daya iya na dawa kanawakan kuyanakfa.
Kuyanakpat, Murray. Thank you. Pacha, are you ready?
Hi to everyone. Nice to meet you. Thank you, Andrew,
Yeah.
for the
If
time.
you could introduce yourself, it'll be great.
Okay. Hello to all the people this moment. Hello to all our sisters, our friends, all the parts of the world. I don't speak a lot of English, but I try to explain to myself. I want to speak my own language. Explain to all of you the things that I want. Alpa mama panikanchi rimaipa nukasurinchi pacha kanchaya na kuna marca mantakan amauta kunapa taita kunapa apuyukuna rimaipa ufaya sinki tuishi sunko rimaipa ufaya dayakin. Bueno, hello to everyone. Today is a very important day. We are in ceremony in all the parts of the world. Our elders of the mountains, our elders of the rivers, our elders of the lakes, our elders of the sky, of the sun, of the moon, all the elders, all the grandmothers, all the grandfathers are in ceremony today. They are protect us. And today is very important because the wisdom weavers are sending a very important message to all the world. And with this song, with this chant, with all the energy that we are sharing this moment, they go to all your hearts and change the time that we have. We need to share this message because all our elders are speaking with the invisible people, with the people that these eyes don't see. We are in this moment shared with the spiritual people from all the world. I don't know how to speak a lot of English, so things that our elders say. It's the time to listen with the heart. It's the time to see with the heart. It's the time to make all the things with our heart, with our spiritual sense. And the only thing that my elders say, Pacha, you need only to see. Maybe so much people don't understand your English. Maybe so much people don't understand your Spanish. But you can see. You can pray. And that is the most important thing. If you are praying with your heart, if you are praying with your spirit, all the things, all the very beautiful thoughts go to all the people in the world. Our elders in the heart of the world, in the Sierra Nevada of Santa Marta, and in the womb of the Mother Earth, in all the parts, our elders are doing ceremony. Yesterday, we had a ceremony of Namaste, and we see all the people in the world, all the people in all the parts saying energy and praying for all the change. And we say, it's the time to the change. It's the time to all of us make a difference. It's the time to start again. Thanks to all of you. We send in our prayers. We call this song the song of the beginning, the song of the awakening, the vision, the song of the awakening all the world. All the people, our elders say, all the people in the world are a little seeds. They are a little seeds, but they are sleeping. We need to shine, we need to song, or wake up that all that seeds. And this song is the prayers of the jaguars when they come in the jungle and they proud and all the seeds are awakening, for they are planting and growing up and growing and give aliments to all the people in the mountains, in the jungle, all the parts of our tribes. In this moment, we are sending a very important message to all the world. It's time to wake up. It's time to open our mind, our heart, the important to listen all the wisdom that we have in all the tribes. And in this moment, we are doing all our ceremonies. We are doing all our songs to call that beautiful energy to wake up a new age. Thank you to all of you, because this time is the time of the water. Time is the time of the woman, because all the women are the portal to listen our Mother Earth. All of you women, grandmothers, sisters, cousins, all you mothers, beautiful women, are the real portal to heal, to listen, and to go to the heart of our motherland, to our Mother Earth. And that is the reason that we are changed to the water, that we are changed to the womb of our Mother Earth, because all of you women are that portal to listen to our motherland. In this moment, I chant to all of you women, because if my Mother Earth listen to me, you are listening, and the motherland listen all of your prayers, all of your thoughts, all of the pulsations of your heart. This moment is important. That is the reason that we are doing this beautiful event. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to give this honor to share our message from Colombia. It's the time to listen our heart and listen our beautiful Mother Earth represent all the women in the world. But you women need to be the real representation of our Mother Earth in your thoughts, in your actions, in your words, and in your heart. All the things you are feeling, you need to wake up. The fear, you need to wake up to desire, you need to wake up to escape, you need to wake up to all the things that they don't need it. We don't need it. All the trauma, all the dangers, all that part, you know, you don't need anything about that. You are a very special spirit in this moment. All of you women, all of you men, you have a very important mission to protect our mother, to protect our woman. You have a very important mission, men. Wake up inside of you, the very real masculine energy. And when the masculine and the feminine balance in a real energy, you can heal all the parts of the world. And this is important. We are doing that, sharing to our young people, sharing to our chosen, sharing. Our elders are speaking about that. And we are here. And thank you, all of you elders. Thank you, Elder Hilario, to invite us, because this wisdom weaver is a real energy. All the work with all the wisdom. We are winning the wisdom like this, like ours winning, because it's important for all of you. I finish with a little chant to communicate to my elders. I give this message. I say, elders, I be a mission accomplished. I give this message, and in this moment, I speak with all of you. All of you. Thank you very much to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pacha. That was great, and sets a vibration that is going to be felt all over the world. And what Pacha says about women, all the indigenous peoples around the world say that during these times, the women will take the lead. And the men's job is to support the sacred space of women so they can do their work. Women used to be considered sacred all over the world at one point in time. And now we have a masculine imbalance which has created all the world's ills because it's imbalanced. We need to balance it now. And, you know, our elder who passed away this last year, Rita Blumenstein, said we need two wings to fly, one for physical and one for spiritual, one for feminine, one for masculine. And we cannot fly unless we have both. So I turn this back over to Maria. What's next? Oh, Elder Sal. Are you still there?
And I also just want to quickly note that if any elder would like us to stop the recording, please just let us know and we will do so.
Okay, I don't know if Sal is still there. Yes, Sal,
I see him.
can you come online so we can see your face? There he is. You need to be unmuted, Sal. Would you introduce yourself and say whatever you need to say?
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you now. Can you hear us?
He looks frozen.
He froze.
Too good. But let me try to follow up with what I heard the other elders talk about. Introduce myself first. My father was from Arizona, so I carry those two both in the street and you might say the Queen's English in the European education, because I have a master's and a bachelor's degree. But word in our language, in my language, the word is tamanwit. And tamanwit is a word that's very sacred, but like I think all, all and tamanwit means reciprocity or giving back. Us these gifts. He provided these gifts of food to us, so we thank the Creator. So usually when we begin our feast, especially.
Can you ask him to stop his video and then maybe we can just hear the words better?
Sal, you're freezing and what you're saying is not heard. Can you turn off your video and see if it works with just your sound?
Okay. Me? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
it's not any better, so maybe we can arrange for you to talk at another time.
Okay, that's fine, yeah. Because as you know,
I guess we lost him. So anyway, yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
Marie and Yael, when can Elder Sal talk?
I suggest I'll speak to Sal on the phone and we'll arrange with our tech people to set it up in a proper way. And so maybe in the talking circle or in the next days. Okay.
Okay. Is that
Thank you,
okay?
Sal, and we are sorry.
Yeah, is that okay, Sal?
You want me to speak again?
Yeah, because we didn't hear half of what you said now.
Oh, okay.
So
But now it seems okay, Kuyach, maybe now.
I don't know.
Sal, can you try from the beginning? Sorry.
It's not coming through.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
frozen
we got a
again.
bad connection.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll contact you and then see if we can find the technical problems that are there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Maria, where are you?
Okay, so let's see. Who next? Who wanted to speak next? I will just open up to any of the elders that their heart is telling them to speak.
As I see it, all the elders that we had listed spoke.
Okay.
So we need to know what's next.
Well, next, so we heard from Ed. I think we can close it early if folks would like, and we have the elders talking circle at 12:30 Pacific. So please come back and join us. But I think that's it, unless there's something else.
Yael?
Just inviting people again to put in the chat box your comments, your wishes. We're going to harvest your requests and your questions, bring them to the elders and get back to you with what the elders tell us. So even if you want to have a webinar that your heart is telling you you'd like to hear more about or a question, please tell us and we'll try and bring it to be a bridge between the elders and the community.
Okay, well, with that, thank you all for attending. You know, the elders say that we don't worry about how many people attend. Everybody who showed up was meant to be there. So thank you for being there, and thank you, elders, and we'll see you at 12:30, is it?
Pacific, yes.
Pacific, okay.
And I just put our events page in the chat box. So if you want to just check our schedule, it's there for you.
Okay, well, thank you very much.